What's up, Growth Hacking Ninjas? So today we're going to review Invoice Crowd. This is basically a platform to generate invoices. I know many of you are running like digital marketing agencies, social media agencies, charging for your services, basically whether it's copywriting, design, or whatever you guys are doing as freelancers or small businesses. Many of you that are actually listening to this, even if you're a SaaS company, you also have to invoice certain people. So this is a great platform. Yes, you can use free invoicing tools. Sometimes in the past, I've just Googled free invoicer and then you're able to like mock it up and generate it. It's not always the best looking, which is why I recommend one centralized platform. Plus, they don't allow you to track it all in one place. So today, let's review Invoice Card. They are actually on AppSumo, which is why I am reviewing them. The platform looks pretty good, but we'll touch in on that when I'll show you guys a live demo of me using it for the first time. But in terms of the deal itself, let's get right into that. So it is $89. This is a one-time purchase, and I believe the costs are really reduced because that is a lifetime deal. And when we take a look at the pricing here, it's going to be much higher. Yeah, it's $15 a month, I believe, on average. We'll have to see what the plan gives us. I believe it's something like this, the 500 profiles for $15 a month. So if it's a yearly cost, you're already less than half a year. So the ROI on this one's really good. Sometimes on AppSumo, it takes like a year or two before the costs are recouped in terms of what they're actually charging. But yeah, let's take a look at the AppSumo and then we'll review the website as well as a few competitors. So whenever I see deals like this for 125 reviews at 5 stars, it's something that I definitely want to check out. Seems like a no-brainer for me. Especially when they're not incentivizing these reviews. I've actually seen a couple companies incentivize reviews within their platform to get additional features. That's actually against AppSumo's terms of conditions. So if you do recognize that, just know that that is probably not real. And this company probably does not do that. So that's good. But we will see. So unlimited reoccurring payments, 500 customer profiles, meaning that you can invoice 500 different people, 5 business profiles. So I know many of you are running different businesses. That's awesome. And they support multiple payment options, which is really good. So first thing I like to do, obviously, is take a look at the questions. So this one was October 24th. This guy says, what a joke about the limits. It was responded to the next day, so that's a really good sign. Obviously, when you're shopping on AppSumo, you want to make sure that the customer support's there, and in this case, it is. One thing I saw here that was a little bit concerning is that branding's not included. It's actually offered as an additional monthly fee, so we'll see how much that costs. But that sucks because typically you want your invoices branded. When we take a look at the reviews, whenever they're 5 stars, I don't really care too much. So I'm going to type in actually their competitors. So I do know that one of their competitors is Zoho. And so I like to take, or no, not Zoho, sorry, FreshBooks. Okay, so this guy says, I love the FreshBooks looks more modern, so that's one thing to note. I don't know how true that is because we'll take a look at both websites later, and I thought this website actually looked more modern. This guy says looking for a replacement for FreshBooks, and he's been trying it, and he actually loves this. So there you go. This one again, FreshBook alternatives. FreshBooks probably like the gold standard in this case. And I do recommend you guys compare it to the gold standard. And sometimes here they'll even list who their alternatives are here. So FreshBooks and Invoicely. All right, so AppSumo checks out. That's awesome. Again, if you guys want to pick this up, it's only $89. You guys can try it out. Okay, now let's take a look at the website. Again, you guys know companies pay me big bucks, anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000, to help optimize everything, including their website and conversion rate optimization, so that when we drive the marketing and growth hacking to their website, it converts and it doesn't convert their competitors' traffic. That's very important. When you run paid ads and they compare you, and they just type in the best invoicing systems, if they didn't even know that they needed one, they're going to find their competitors and basically convert over there if you don't convert them. So this looks good right off the bat. Exactly what I recommend companies always do. Pulsing play button on the right. Hopefully this is not a Fiverr video. We will see. Yeah, it's a 10-minute video. So this already shows me that it's going to be really good. So we don't even need to watch this. Yeah, you can see I don't know if that's the founder, but you can tell this is perfect. This is exactly what you want to do. So if you're a SaaS company, take notes. This is done perfectly. Great play button, invoicing simple, very clear benefit. And this is also perfect copywriting as well. So they're doing a great job here. This is awesome. I'm actually curious why they're on AppSumo because this company looks like it's really solid. I know that when I spoke to the founder, they were putting a lot of money back into the development and really making it world class and not spending too much money on marketing. But maybe I can help them with that if they decide to work with me. Um, yeah, everything looks really good here. They have testimonial reviews. I would say the website is optimized for conversions just right off the bat. So let's take a look at the pricing, and we'll just compare it with the competitor FreshBooks over here. And you can see the FreshBook website looks a little bit more outdated, even though that guy I mentioned. There's just a lot of noise and clutter here. So let's go to their pricing and we'll just compare it real quick. Even though, again, you shouldn't be really comparing pricing, especially if you want to grab it now with the AppSumo deal. It's a no-brainer. So here, the limits are at the $12 mark. And again, this is 60% off. I don't know how long they're running this for. Oh, only 4 months too. So you only get 60% off for 4 months. So the regular price is 32. And this one's for 50 billable clients. Previously, you saw Invoice Crowd was for 500. And I think the limit, maybe there's something here. Like when I spoke to the founder, they mentioned the multiple payment gateways being something that their competitors did not really offer, but I find that hard to believe with something as big as this, but we'll have to try. Let's see. Let's see if they have payment. Yeah, payment options. Here we go. So yeah, it's quite limited in terms of this stuff. Credit card payments, that's it. That seems kind of weird. Okay, anyway, so that's FreshBooks. And Invoicely is 15 bucks a month. Again, way more customer profiles. And you can add 2 business profiles. I bet you FreshBooks that you can only add 1. And again, their key features that they support PayPal, Razorpay, Stripe, Card, and Connect. And actually, what's coming down the road is you guys will really like this, especially if you work with freelancers. Is Payoneer. So many. I've worked with hundreds of different freelancers from around the world, and many of them request Payoneer just because it's easily accessible in their country. So that's super exciting that they'll be accepting Payoneer, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. Yeah, the website looks super modern. Love this. Okay, let's get into the actual demo itself. Okay, so here I'm logged in. First thing it says is add your payment gateway. So let's do that. Let's go payment methods. I already love the dashboard. It looks very clean and modern. So you can see all the different things that you can set up. Let me just set up one of them and I'll get back to this. One thing I just noticed that it does. You have to like enter all this stuff, which I don't love. I thought you could just log in and connect it, but maybe that's the limitation. I would love to see that this process improved as well. Okay, I had some trouble setting up the. You'll see if you add a new one here and you go to business. I wish they had a little eye. Typically, companies will have like a little eye here showing you exactly with a link showing you how to get this information. I wasn't able to figure out how to grab this information, so I just set up a standard which just requires the email address. We'll see if this actually works. So yeah, I set it up, and now what else can we do? So let's go dashboard again. So here it shows your earnings, how much you've made, stats, outstanding, overdue. This is all very basic information, which is great. Your transactions here. So how do we actually create one? Let's go to invoices. Let's do a reoccurring one. And we will create a new reoccurring invoice. Here they have different templates. That's awesome. Right off the bat, let me just visually see which one I like. This one looks pretty cool. Big invoice thing. Let's click on this. Issue date. Let's do the first. How often? We'll do monthly. Ongoing. Sure, send me a copy. Send invoices automatically. And there we go. So select a customer. We can add a new customer. Okay, so I've blurred out the sensitive information, but it's pretty simple. You just add the names and then your services here. You can add basically a line item, the price, the quantity, and then you can just keep adding different things. So the total comes to this amount. You can add any terms and conditions here and any notes or an authorized signatory. Here on the options, you can, again, we set this earlier, just make it reoccurring. And then here you select your payment options. And I believe that's done. This little thing right here should probably not be here. The chat, the little chat thing, you can hide it. But I believe, what do I click when I'm done is not quite clear. So I'm finished with this. Do I click this as an upload or does this take me to the top of the screen? See, I'm a little bit confused here as to what to do next. Okay, that took me like 10 minutes to figure out. Not the most intuitive thing. I did email support asking them where the save button was. Looks like it was actually hidden here under actions. And it was by default closed and everything else was opened. And it makes it really hard to know that this was where the save button was. Typically, you'd have a huge button here that's green that just says save or continue or something like that. So, something that they could probably improve on. Yeah, so I did click this and I hit click saved. And then in order to start it, it says you would need to send out the invoice first. So we'll go ahead and send that out. You can also preview it. All right, so I really like the save feature and also the preview. So you can make a quick change here and preview it. It looks really good. For the sake of this video, I didn't show it here. Once you hit send, it shows you a composed mail, and then you can also select here, send yourself a copy. So let's go ahead and do that. So I just played around with this a little bit more off screen. This is really amazing. Basically, it's super intuitive here on the left. I would say in terms of UI improvements, the only thing would be the save icons. They're actually quite small within each screen. One thing I do like is that you can literally do everything in here and it's super intuitive. So you can see all your invoices, edit the templates, add your customers. This is something I didn't do when I set up the first invoice that I showed you guys, which is the items. But again, they let you do that directly when creating the invoice. But for when you set up all of this stuff, it's going to make whenever you generate an invoice much faster. So here you can again set up your line items. Say you have something that's like super specific all the time. You can just set this up in here as well, which I will do later. Their reporting's actually really good. Yeah, one thing I didn't really understand about the dashboard was that I sent one invoice, as you guys can see, for $39.50, but here it shows two at $39.50, which gives my outstanding balance as 7,900. So I'm not too sure why it's doubling it up. Maybe that's a bug, or maybe I did something wrong, but I doubt it because when I go to invoices, I can see that there was only one invoice sent for this amount. So yeah, I'm not too sure why. And I wish it wouldn't show that it was uh, total here. Well, I guess it says outstanding rather than received. And earnings probably shouldn't update until it's actually received, but maybe that's yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's easy to understand. I just don't know why it's 7,800. So I love this. I'm maybe going to ask support about this and see how fast they reply. But overall, I would say for $89 on AppSumo, this is a steal of a deal, especially for a lifetime deal. And super intuitive. I love the website, and they look like they definitely compare with FreshBooks, which is much better. And plus, they're integrating again Payoneer, which is going to be huge. Okay, thank you guys so much. I give this a 5 out of 5, except for the minor hiccup on the dashboard screen, which I will comment or figure out and then leave a message down in the comments. Take care, guys. Thanks.